Greetings, entities and guardians, my name is HyperHimes, and when I still look outside, I still see a pleb ton of snow. Come on, it's past December, I've already seen enough. I need something to warm me up. Maybe a nice hot cup of cocoa with marshmallows and shredded chocolate. Maybe a nice fire, or at least some sort of a heater. Heck, I'll even have myself bundled up in a ton of blankets if I have to. What else can there be to help me warm up? Maybe a fresh batch of cookies straight from the oven? Okay, I didn't mean that. Anyways, you know the rundown of how these videos go. The official Cookie Run YouTube channel recently released a new video teasing a new update for Cookie Run OvenBreak. What we do here is that we describe what happens within the teaser video, analyze any key detail that seems to stand out amongst the rest, and then theorize what we could be getting when the new update arrives. This teaser is pretty interesting, and I hope I don't have too many hot takes. And yes, I did mean to write that down as a pun. But before I go on with this, I always need to state this. It's not guaranteed that what I predict and theorize will actually appear in the new update. Take what I say with a grain of salt. I make these videos not only for fun, but also to hype up the update before it officially arrives. But with all that out of the way, it's time for us to dive into some spicy details. The video is titled Cookie Run Update Teaser, The Longing of the Rising Flames, with a thumbnail asking us the question, do you know which color flames are the hottest? And the only notable thing that the description tells us is that a new hot Cookie Run update is coming with a fire emoji at the end. Our video begins immediately with a landscape of fire and volcanoes in front of us. However, the screen slowly pans down to the point where we can see everything below the fiery lakes and erupting volcanoes. Not only that, but we also see a silhouette of a cookie who happened to fall down to the bottom of these caves. When they hit the bottom, the camera pans back up to show us some sort of a stone that's quaking at an intense pace. A blast of flames spew in front of us, and we see the text that reads, do you know which color flames are the hottest? Which is the same text that we see in the thumbnail. Suddenly, a silhouette from the left of the screen rushes by and eats the words whole. The video then ends with the text, Cookie Run OvenBreak, Fly Away, The Longing of the Rising Flames, Grand Reveal January 28th, 10 PM GMT plus 9. It may seem like that was one of the shortest summaries of an update teaser that we've had, and I'd have to agree with you. However, let's not knock them on that fact, because some of the details here are actually worth looking into. First of all, if you're a Cookie Run fan and you know common knowledge of the lore, then you definitely know where the setting of this update is going to be taking place just by looking at the very first frame of the video. This is all going to be set at the Dragon's Valley. For the fallen cookie that we see, this is most likely going to be one of the two new cookies that we'll be obtaining. However, do we know exactly what the cookie will be? After all we can tell is that they seem to have a long stem or a fuse at the top of their head, and I think they're wearing some sort of a rag or scarf or something. Now let's also mention this blue artifact. This might look a bit familiar, but that's because this could be similar to the fiery treasure that was released in the update, the Treasure of Legends, known as the Essence of Conflagration. It also does look similar to another legendary treasure known as the Essence of Rejuvenation, but this treasure has the same exact marking on the front like the fiery treasure, making them more related. They also ask us, do you know which color flames are the hottest? Well, a quick browser search of what's the hottest flame will immediately answer that question for us with the answer blue flames, meaning that this is a force that even Fire Spirit would be jealous of. Also, remember that figure that we saw that ate the words? Well, that's going to be our other new cookie for the update. You better keep a hold of your wallet, because I have a feeling that this is going to be a new legendary cookie for us to use. It may not look like a cookie, but it's most likely in some sort of a primal form that some cookies tend to transform into. Now, with all this being said, what would all of this even add up to in regards to the story of the update? As I mentioned before, our two new cookies are going to be this cookie who happened to fall in the depths of the Dragon's Valley, and another cookie who seems to embody the power of the blue flames. Does that give us any leads? Well, when was the last time we've seen anything in regards to the Dragon's Valley, specifically in Cookie Run OvenBreak? I don't know about you, but I'd have to point straight to the update of the Treasure of Legends, which gave us Pepperoncino Cookie and Cauliflower Cookie. Now, why exactly am I bringing this up? Well, remember the little detail that I mentioned of one of the new cookies falling down the depths of the Dragon's Valley? There happens to be a certain cookie who's been traumatized for their attempts of trying to save a cookie in the Dragon's Valley, and that cookie is none other than Pepperoncino Cookie. It specifically says in the story, ever since accidentally letting go of a certain someone's hand on a cliff in the Dragon's Valley, Pepperoncino Cookie's life has completely turned upside down. Now, if that isn't enough evidence, then also bear in mind the treasure that we see. The Essence of Conflagration treasure was also released in the Treasure of Legends update. Is it really a coincidence that both of these treasures have the same marking and are both being released in updates revolving around the Dragon's Valley? I don't think so. I believe in regards to the story, this is going to take place from the point of view of the cookie that Pepperoncino let go of, having them end up in the depths of the Dragon's Valley. Trying to figure out where they are after waking up from the long fall, they find an interesting looking treasure. Them finding this treasure awakens some sort of a blue fire spirit who either might chase them down and try and take the treasure back due to them stealing the treasure, or trying to help them out of the depths since they happen to awaken the spirit and want to thank them in return. Sure, maybe my reasonings do seem like a stretch, but I feel like the connections are visible enough to the point where I'd be sure that this story would be a viable option. Now let's talk about how the cookies work in regards to skill and in general. If what we predict is true, the problem is we basically know nothing about this cookie. The only thing we know from Pepperoncino Cookie is that they were precious to him. Also, looking back on the story, Pepperoncino called this cookie a her, so I'll try and keep calling this new cookie a her from now on. All we know is that she's small and Pepperoncino Cookie witnessed a cookie with immense power of fire. Unfortunately, I don't think I have anything else for this. It's hard to go off of only a silhouette and a cookie who barely speaks about the events. The cookie might be related and also could be another spicy cookie like a sort of pepper cookie with some sort of a pepper related pet, but I don't have much else. Now this other cookie is a completely different story. I think the silhouette that we see of them in the trailer is actually their skill and effect. They might be a normal cookie but have a skill similar to Fire Spirit where they turn into this flame beast and burn through everything in front of them. Their pet might also be related to blue flames, though the best thing I could think of is some sort of a torch with a blue flame since they reside in the depths of the Dragon's Valley and it could be dark down there. Also, if they get a magic candy, it could have rocks falling from the ceiling dropping onto the ground for more points. Also, I don't even think I need to talk about the new treasure because I think it's obvious what it's going to be. However, if we're talking in regards to skill, all I can predict is that it's going to be similar to the other Essence treasures and might have a flaming blue spirit rise from the ground and destroy everything on the screen for major points. Of course, we can't talk about a new update without mentioning costumes. And of course, I at least need to mention that there's going to be a new Champions League costume when the update arrives, and it's most likely going to be for the cookie that Pepperoncino Cookie misses dearly. Speaking of Pepperoncino Cookie, I feel as if he's going to get a new costume, whether it be an epic costume or a super epic costume, due to his relations with the Dragon's Valley, and also the cookie that he holds dear and near to his heart. Then again, I could also see Malasauce get a costume because of her relations with the Dragon's Valley again, or other spicy cookies get costumes because it's a hot update like Chili Pepper Cookie or Red Bean Cookie. Also, if you're wondering, I actually don't think Fire Spirit Cookie is going to be getting a specific costume, mainly because the last time that we were in the Dragon's Valley, I think Fire Spirit had a legendary costume, so I think giving him another legendary costume or even a super epic would kind of be a little bit too greedy. Lastly, let's talk about some of the new additions that they'll be adding to the game. I actually feel as if they're going to be bringing back Team Fight for a few reasons. Mainly, it'll be a way for the players to obtain the new legendary treasure without having to spend money, and also custom runs is going to be ending soon, so they might have to find something to replace it. It might work in a way where you'll have to obtain a certain amount of Team Fight points or win a certain amount of team fights to unlock more of the story and get more rewards. There's also definitely going to be a new Meet the Cookie event with the new cookies in the update, and possibly one for the new treasure too, but I'm not too sure about the new treasure one since it's a legendary one and they're more difficult to obtain. I also wouldn't be surprised if they decide to add another raid run boss, which has to do with the power of fire, adding more variety to the game mode. New daily gifts are going to be given out, there's going to be a new jelly set for both the Champions League and the update in general, $10 pet costume, and they're going to be revealing a coupon code for Rainbow Cubes at the end of the update reveal video. Now, at the end of all of these videos, I always need to say this. Spend your trophy race points, custom run points, event things, or anything else before the update arrives. When it happens, they're gone for good. But what do you all think? Do you think that some of these theories actually might be true, or do you think that this video is just a waste of time and none of them will actually happen within the update? Feel free to tell me in the comment section below. But for now, if you did enjoy this video, then please be sure to leave a like on it and also share this video with your friends if you enjoy my cookie run content, and if you enjoy my content in general, why not subscribe and also hit the bell to be notified of whatever I do in the future. I also have merchandise if you want to check it out, but I'm not forcing you to buy anything at all. I also have a Discord down in the description. It's called the HyperHimes Hub, and it's a fun time down there, and we're trying to expand each and every single day. And last but certainly not least, there's also another link down in the description that leads to a Twitter post where if it gets 10,000 likes, I can get the Cookie Run YouTube set for absolutely free. But above all else, I will see you and Devsisters and Guardians in the next video. Hail the Hype Knees.